What's up, agents? How y'all doing? Hope everybody's hanging in there, being as safe as you guys need to be during this holiday season. Played an awesome show at the Viper Room last night, opening for Michelangelo Badio. Got all these awesome blisters on my hands and stuff. The guitarist from Smashing Pumpkins actually got up and played with them, so got to meet and talk to those guys. That was pretty cool. And the coolest part is Bruce Dickinson, the lead singer of Iron Maiden, my favorite band of all time, was there. So I finally got to play drums for Bruce Dickinson, not with him, but in front of him. So that was pretty awesome. Anyway, guys, what we're here to talk about, and it's fitting with the good old Christmas season coming, and we got the good old Dr. Home. So today's video is on, finally, the healer-specific exotic weapon, Dr. Home. Hey guys, real quick, if you enjoy the video, you learn anything new, a like would be greatly appreciated. Hopefully by the end of this video, I will have earned your subscription if I don't already have it. Best thing you do to help my channel is share this video. If you guys notice anything I missed or you guys would do anything different, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Help out the community. Thank you so much. All right, guys, so the Dr. Home is a rifle that pretty much looks like either a Nerf gun or a Super Soaker, maybe a cross in between. It's a nice weapon, feels good, and the best part is it's finally a dedicated healer weapon. Obviously you could use it for some other builds, but let's face it, this is the weapon for the healers. So when you strike a target with this rifle, it will mark them for 5 seconds. Any target that's killed through any means when marked will drop a mini med kit that will heal 15% armor. And this is true armor, as it says in it. It will not give bonus armor. This is true armor. There's some pros and cons to this, which we'll get into. But as you guys can see in this gameplay, a lot of the times the field will end up becoming littered with these med kits, especially in heroic and legendary content, which gives your teammates ample choices strategically to figure out how to move and to get some armor back. And in a lot of cases, like our specific healer build using Future Initiative, to maintain the ground control all the time by keeping your full health. Before talking about the pros, let's talk about the cons of using this weapon. Now, the first thing you have to be wary of is there's no unscoped option. This is a scoped rifle. Because it's exotic, you cannot switch out any of the components. Luckily, the ADS speed is not too bad. But if you're a guy that does not like to be zoomed in when firing, you may not prefer this weapon as much. I didn't like it at first. It took a little bit of getting used to. Not so bad. But you cannot unscope this rifle. Now, another thing that I would have appreciated, when we look at the capacitor, not only does it stack up our skill damage, but that secondary perk where every utility slot gives you weapon damage, that would have been very beneficial to have something similar or even that exact perk set on the Dr. Home so that you could add some weapon damage to your healer and still be able to spec full healing. Because let's face it, your healer's not going to be killing anything. So that would have been nice. We'll see. Maybe they'll adjust it. Probably not. But one con is it does not add to your DPS in any way. Now, the third con, one thing that I really like is to have full auto weapons. So when I'm trying to proc perks, I can kind of spray and pray that I don't have to take the time and set up the shops. Now, because we're running a healer, we can actually afford the time to do that. So this is more of a personal preference, but I prefer weapons with full auto. Now, the last real caveat, the last real con that I found tends to go back to that lack of DPS thing. If you get separated from your team as a healer and using this Dr. Home, you don't have a lot of bonus. There's no bonus weapon damage. So most likely you're going to have to switch to another weapon that's going to operate better. So really this is, again, a dedicated healer weapon, and you kind of need to be near your team so you can provide that healing, and then you could set up where those med kits are out of the field so your team can go out. In fact, in the gameplay that's playing in the background, you guys will notice that there's a guy running with a shield. What I end up doing is I give this dude the drone, because the drone will continually heal him and his shield at the same time. And he can run all over the place. I follow him, and I'm shooting and marking targets in front of him. That way, as we are getting the kills, he's getting those kills. If he's not full armor, he will almost immediately have an armor kit in front of him so he can maintain and stay topped off. One other caveat that I wanted to throw in is that if you have full armor, you cannot pick up one of the armor kits, which means you cannot heal your teammates if they're injured and you have full health by picking up one of the kits. It's unfortunate, but it makes sense too. So that's both a pro and a con, I guess. That fits into both. All right, let's talk about the pros of this weapon. Well, the number one tip-top thing, this thing just looks awesome. I mean, it's definitely exotic, for sure. Doesn't even look like a real gun, and I like that. It just looks cool. I also like the red and white Christmas theme with the nice little green canister underneath. I get the cartridge or whatnot. Now, another pro, despite the fact that you have to be scoped, the handling of this weapon is actually really nice. Without having any sort of handling bonuses or anything on any of my gear, the weapon still feels and operates smoothly. Another perk, as I just alluded to, is how you can strategically set up where the armor kits are. In the case of the shield guy, follow him around. Otherwise, if you know your team's going to be doing a moving or a bounding overwatch, then you may be looking, okay, we want to kill these enemies in this area, then these enemies in this area, so that you can have med kits for when your team moves. This is more for lower level guys that can't tank as much or just don't have as much prowess in the game, but it can be effective as a strategy. Now again, the aim down sight speed is not too bad, so you have to be scoped, but it's pretty quick, so I consider that positive. Now another bonus of this weapon, of course, is that it can be paired with a more offensive weapon, so if you do get pushed, you could swap over to something else. You could use something like an LMG, so you have suppression, so you could suppress enemies as your team moves up. There's a lot of options you have with your offhand, or you could go for a weapon with Reformation, or I probably wouldn't recommend using the Dr. Home and the designated hitter. I'd probably recommend a full auto weapon. It's up to you. But if you wanted to do that, you could go with the Dr. Home for the med kits and then the designated hitter for the perfect Reformation if you just need some more healing. If you're running a full healer build like we have, you probably don't need that bonus healing. That's why we're actually running with Empathic Resolve. We have enough heal. And the last main perk, and the one that again, this is for a dedicated healer. If you have a dedicated healer using the Future Initiative, you have one more method to make sure everybody stays topped off, so that they will then get the that 15% amplified damage bonus, or if you happen to be using the chest piece, the 25% amplified damage bonus. You guys will notice I like using Empathic Resolve because the guys are generally getting healed all the time. We want to be offensive, we're getting healed, so we get that damage bonus that way. And that means we have a damage bonus whether we're at full health or we're not at full health. No matter what, we'll have a damage bonus, and a lot of time you'll have both those going at the same time. Alright, agents, so the last thing we really need to talk about with this is how do you use the weapon? Strategically, what do you do? So the main objective is you just want to try to pepper as many targets as you can and keep them marked until they die. If you notice one of your teammates or a group of your teammates is working on a specific enemy, try to keep them marked until they die, and that way there will be a kit there. Another way, and what I do since I'm running Survivalist for my healer builds, it gives me access. I'm using the Incendiary Grenades. So we can use the Incendiary Grenades to cause a status effect. That will make the dudes hang out in the area. They can't move, especially with the burn. They're kind of stumbling around. Makes it really easy to mark all of them. They're being damaged, and the team can take them out that much easier. Fish in a barrel. And the only other thing that you guys may want to consider is that you should probably aim for the weakest targets first. That way you can provide med kits. So we'll just use an example. If you got a tank, a yellow bar, a purple, and a red, all in the same general area, it's going to take a lot to take that tank down before the other guys. So if you pump the red bar, they can take him down instantly. There's a med kit. Take down the purple, there's a second med kit. Didn't take much to take those two down. And now you have some survivability right there to deal with that other elite enemy and ultimately the tank. So just food for thought there. This is a little more strategic. It's a bit more strategy than most people will want to use, and you probably won't need it if you're in a good team. But for practicality and how we would maximize the use, I just wanted to cover that. All right, agents. So that's really it. This is finally a healer weapon. It gives us med kits all over the field when we get kills from the marked enemies. It lets our team heal themselves. It lets them proc empathic resolve. It lets them keep the future initiative bonus up. It helps to heal. In the case of the shield, the med kits seem to heal the shield as well. That's pretty cool. It's just nice to finally have something for the healer that feels like it was specifically for a healer. I do hope that they add something to add a little bit more damage to this weapon, but rifles for the most part are in a pretty decent spot, so okay. You guys let me know what you think. Alright, agents, real quick, the next video that I make, most likely the next video, I might pop out one or two little things out here and there. The next main video I'm going to do is I'm going to do the comprehensive healer build. I now have all the pieces. I finally got my chill out mask with repair skill, so I was able to re-roll that to skill tier. I think I have every single variation of the end game healer that people would ever consider running, and so I'm going to try to do a full comprehensive build similar to what I did with the Astron, the striker drone assault turret build recently, where I went over all the top end stuff, compared all those numbers. I'm going to do that with the healer. So any of you guys that like healer builds or just interested, that should be coming out hopefully in the not too distant future. I do need to get a lot of material to do that. Hey, do me a favor, agents. If you found any of this entertaining or you learned something new or you just like me or my hat, smash that like button. Hopefully by now I've earned your guys' subscriptions. The best thing you can do to help my channel, share this video. Let me know anything you guys would do differently or something that you guys want to see upcoming in the new year. Anything, any sort of builds or ideas you guys want to see. Thank you so much, agents. You guys be as safe as you need to be during this Hollywood season. Be as safe as you need to be during the holiday season. And I'll catch you, agents, in the dark zone. Peace out, everybody.
Right here. Oh, she's on the Bastille. I'm gonna go grab him. Jeez. Hopefully that was... Let's see.
Yeah, that was the fastest I've ever done it.
You can do all of them pretty much, everything under an hour, as long as you have a tank in your group.
Yeah, not bad, bro.
Let's see, what was it? Nice. 25 minutes. That was pretty good.
Damn. Really quick.
You guys get the new chill out mask yet?
There's a new chill out mask.
Well, you guys probably have had it actually, so I just got mine today, but it's really good for the same type of boat that I'm running because you can put 2 of the protection from Elites mods in there, and it frees up a slot on your, or it actually frees up 2 spots on your gear. You only have to wear 1 improvised piece, and then use the survivalist, and you'll still have like close to cap PFE.